Welcome back. Oh, Jet Edder's spotlight on Seattle. You will see him around very, very soon and probably well into the future. ITEX is a company that really helps their clients enrich their businesses and personalize through the power of organized trade. And when we start talking about expectations, people don't always expect that there's even an opportunity to do trade these days. Sometimes it sounds very outdated, bartering from the 1800s or even before, I suppose, when they used to trade sugar for salt. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. But barter is something that is alive and well. Cameron Johnson joins us from ITEX. So welcome back, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
How you doing today?
Doing well. I kind of wish weather stayed more like it was this weekend, but I'll power through.
That's good.
I'll make it.
I'm glad you're going to make it.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about ITEX and how trade works in this day and age.
Sure. Yeah. And thank you for the great introduction. We are definitely trying to bring the concept of organized trade, organized barter into the 21st century and beyond. And ITEX itself is the largest, what we like to call cashless marketplace in the United States. We have about 25,000, mostly small and medium businesses that do business with one another, much like you'd find anywhere else in the country at any other point in time. People are doing what they do best for profit. However, when you're doing an ITEX deal, one key thing changes, and that's the method of payment. Rather than using credit cards or cash or whatever it may be, our clients pay each other in ITEX dollars. And that's where the barter factor comes into play. Clients earn barter credits by performing work for customers of ours. So we bring you new business, referrals, customers that you didn't have. And that builds up into a bank you can then use to reduce or offset your current cash costs. So you're essentially trading your excess time or your expertise for other products and services that you need without dipping into your credit account or your checking account. And the ITEX dollar, our network, is the medium that allows people to do that.
And so it's almost, it's above the table, obviously, but it's almost it's a second way of making money because you can then go spend, you bank it, but then you can spend it on all sorts of different things.
Absolutely. We're not a replacement. We're not trying to,
you can't pay your mortgage
US dollar. Yeah. We're not trying to replace that stuff. We're a supplement. Most businesses operate not at 100% capacity all the time. Not every product flies off your shelf. Not every appointment is booked all the time. You've got some spare time or a product that is not a revenue-producing asset for you. We can turn that into a revenue-producing, stream or source. And then that stream or source of revenue is used to defray either existing costs you have, keeping more cash in your pocket from your existing cash flow, or again, take on new projects that perhaps you embark on an advertising campaign to bring in more cash. Perhaps you get braces for your kid. It's really
nothing like advertising or braces.
Exactly.
When those are your two choices.
From A to B and everything in between. No, it's really, the scope is very broad. It's a national network. So it's all about leveraging what you've got. Your business is the biggest asset any business has is itself, its ability to produce a product or a service that's in demand. So we'll help you produce more. We'll, fill that demand. And then you've got an extra revenue. You can revenue stream, a bankroll, whatever you want to call it, that you can use to enrich your life or enrich your cash flow by keeping your costs down.
And so by keeping costs down using trade, you actually can make more money, more cash, because you're spending your trade dollars on things that otherwise would cost you cash.
Yeah, you're spending money without actually spending quote-unquote money. For example...
that doesn't sound confusing, does it?
Yeah, right?
Keep cash in your pocket while spending money.
We just completed a move. I relocated my office space. And so, for example, I paid the moving company in ITEX. I got my carpets cleaned and the paint done in the building on ITEX. I pay my phone bill every month on ITEX. So that's probably in the physical move itself. I saved about $2,000 cash between setup and move. And then, some of our recurring bills. I bought our copy machine for our office on ITEX. These are all hard costs I would have had to have in place for my business that I did not have to pay cash for because I have ITEX dollars available.
And so you end up working on margins. For a business owner, that's real key.
Exactly. Heather mentioned real math. Maybe one of your previous guests was talking about that.
Isn't it nice when people...
Barter. barter is real math. As a business owner, if you know your margin,
as opposed to fake math,
as opposed to fake or imaginary, as a business owner, hopefully you know when you earn $100, how much of that do you keep? That's important to know as a business owner, right? And if you know that number, you can very quickly and easily calculate the discount you're buying at when you barter your services. So it's not only is it really useful and a great supplement, but it's smart business too. You're leveraging your margin.
So let's talk about the concept of trading in electronic currency, because you're not really just trading one person to another, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's almost like a centralized bank, you could call it.
Exactly. And if it was trading one person to another, even modern technology may make it too difficult. You've seen there's barter listings on Craigslist all over the world. They happen every once in a while, maybe, I guess. ITEX processes thousands of barter transactions every single day. And it's because we've created that middleman, which is the ITEX dollar. So, for example, the copy machine that I purchased with my ITEX trade, they don't need me to go do something for them directly. I pay them in ITEX dollars, which then they can use with any other ITEX members. So the one-to-one trade isn't required. It's almost like a supplementary checking or credit account, where it's revenue you spend rather than having to find the partner that wants exactly what you're providing and vice versa.
We're here with Cameron Johnson, broker with ITEX, which really is a business exchange company for the now and into the future. Talk a little bit about who's eligible to join a program like this.
Sure. Small and medium businesses typically. I guess eligible to join would be anyone that's got something to barter and wants to buy some stuff. Being very, very vague and broad. But our business is overwhelmingly B2B. It's small businesses that have the capacity to barter and the demand for products and services. Most of bartering is done locally. We have a national network, but it's made up of, offices in many different markets. About 70% of our business is within any, specific DMA. Most of your bartering is with the businesses in your area. And then beyond that, it's, can you take more business is question number one. Do you have room for more customers or to sell more product? That's the first thing we ask people. Number two is, do you have plans to spend some money? If so, can we replace some of that cash outflow with ITEX outflow? Here are our vendors we can connect you with, and we kind of move from there.
Probably not a lot of people who don't plan on spending any money.
Exactly. And there are also very few businesses that are like, I can't take any more business. I have more than I can handle. So most businesses are technically eligible, I would say.
Well, that's good to know, because some people may, we talk a lot about just the knowledge, the understanding what's out there, what's available. And coming from the mortgage world or real estate world, some people don't know what to expect when they enter into something, or they don't even know what they don't know.
Absolutely.
And in this case, it's another product and service that if people know is available, it's something they can take advantage of. But sometimes it's that lack of knowledge of a system or process that's out there that can really, make it really hard to take advantage of.
No, that's very true. And because our industry it's unique and it's a niche, you're not going to see it advertised in, B2C or business to consumer advertising. So you don't see ITEX billboards because, to be frank, and no offense if you're out there, but I don't care if Joe Average drives by and sees my billboard. He doesn't own a business. It's useless.
It's like copy machines. You're not, Konica Minolta.
Xerox.
Yeah, I don't see their ads on billboards either, because their goal is not the average person driving in a car.
So we're definitely going for a specific type of entity. But, I agree. One of our goals right now is to get the word out, because it really is a very useful tool for a savvy business owner to take advantage of, and hopefully more people know about it and can enrich their lives, as I said.
Well, it makes a lot of sense, especially for people, because you can work on that margin. Mm-hmm. And, if you're a business owner and you can trade things, and you get to charge kind of your retail costs, but your costs are just,
they are what they are. More business doesn't affect any of your fixed costs. So maybe your product cost goes up a little bit, but if you don't have a margin on that, then I probably can't help you any.
They're probably not in business. Exactly. I think that's called charity.
Or won't be for long.
Well, Cameron, thanks so much for joining us. I really do appreciate you coming back.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up, one of the clients of ITEX is a company I'm sure you've probably heard of if you listen to radio, drive behind buses. It's the Stop Freaking, Call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing is going to join us next. Chris Harris, their heating specialist, who will also shed a little bit more light, I think, on saving some money on electricity. We'll be right back after this break. You're listening to Brashenomics.